Californians will be putting it and buy the Canadian stuff instead. And I think we should continue to do that.
A lithium battery pack sparked a large fire at the New Hanover County landfill early Thursday morning. New Hanover County Fire and Rescue responded to the landfill after receiving a 911 call. Joe Solomon is director of the county's Recycling and Solid Waste Department and told WWAY.
Something like this where it's subsurface and it's such a hot, intense flame and it's spreading so quickly, you need to have a good crew there to make sure they contain it first and then extinguish it.
Today is Greenville Police Chief Richard Tyndall's last day on the job. He told WNCT.
Myself and soon-to-be Chief Thomas have been really consistent in trying to make sure that the culture here at the Greenville Police Department was what, the best place that we can make it to work.
You're listening to NCN News.
Bless the Lord. I'm Dr. Ann T. Newell, pastor of the Soul Harvest Apostolic Church, the church not just there in the community, but there for the community of Spring Lake, North Carolina. We're looking for more than a few good men and women to join the team. Iron sharpeneth iron. We may have what you need. You may have what we need. Catch the vision. Join the team. Join Wake Up.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank.
I'm Jamie Monticelli, WIDU Radio News. The Fayetteville Fire Department says the Special Olympics Committee wants to invite you, your family, and friends to join them for the first motorcycle ride benefiting the Special Olympics of North Carolina. It is Saturday, September 12th. Whether you ride every weekend or you've just been looking for an excuse to get the bike out, it is a great opportunity to enjoy a ride while supporting the athletes of the Special Olympics of North Carolina. Registration is 9 until 10 o'clock in the morning. Kickstands are up at 10:30 a.m. The start and finish line is Fort Bragg, Harley-Davidson. Check out the North Street Park Splash Pad ribbon cutting. This is today, 10 o'clock in the morning on August 21st. Bring the whole family out for some fun in the sun as we celebrate this new community space. Pack your sunscreen and chairs for a fun, sun-filled morning in the park. Again, the ceremony begins at 10 o'clock this morning. From WIDU Radio, I'm Jamie Monticelli.
With a cold front moving into the area and stalling, showers and storms will be likely, especially later today, and temperatures won't be as hot. Some localized flooding and wind damage can't be ruled out. We'll stay a bit cooler with drier conditions by the end of the weekend. We're mostly cloudy this morning with temperatures in the 70s. Then showers and storms are likely by later today. Highs will reach the upper 80s to around 90. We'll only reach the mid to upper 80s Saturday. I'm meteorologist Grant Skinner in the NCN Weather Center.
Hi, this is Lavette Jones, State Farm agent, providing insurance and financial services. You're listening to Wake Up.
Your health matters, and Cape Fear Valley Health is here to help. Join us at the Umoja Festival Saturday, August 29th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Smith Recreation Center at Seabrook Park in Fayetteville for free adult health screenings. No appointment is necessary. Just stop by while enjoying the festival. Our team will provide screenings and health tips to help you stay healthy and informed. That's Saturday, August 29th, 10 to 1 at Smith Recreation Center at Seabrook Park in Fayetteville. Free screenings. No appointment is needed. See you there.
Hi, this is T.W. Campbell.
And I'm Patricia Campbell.
Of the Refuge Community Church, located at 2314 L.A. Downham Road here in the God Bless city of Fayetteville, North Carolina. You can reach us at area code 910-483-6477. We're here to invite you to our early morning service each Sunday morning beginning at 8:30 in the morning. Our prayer is at 6 o'clock, our intercessory prayer. Bible studies at 7 o'clock, which now is our Sunday school at night, and which we call the Word on Wednesday. Come and be a part of a growing community. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Angelic Flourish Creations, 442 Hillsborough Street, Fayetteville, is family owned and operated, proudly serving the Fayetteville area. Whatever the occasion, Angelic Flourish Creations can create a floral arrangement or gift for any occasion or holiday. Angelic Flourish Creations has prompt, friendly, and caring service. If you want to say you care, you can always say it with flowers from Angelic Flourish Creations, 442 Hillsborough Street, Fayetteville. Call 910-485-2205.
Wake up, catch the vision, join the team. This is Pastor Reginald Johnston of My Father's House Christian Church right here in Fayetteville. We want you to wake up and join the team. Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It's good when we come together. We're one body, many parts. We desire that you wake up and join the team. It's good to be a part of Wake Up. Wake up, join the team. We will see you in Jesus'
Your
name.
health
God bless
matters, and Cape Fear Valley Health is here to help. Join us at the Emoja Festival Saturday, August 29th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Smith Recreation Center at Seabrook Park in Fayetteville for free adult health screenings. No appointment is necessary. Just stop by while enjoying the festival. Our team will provide screenings and health tips to help you stay healthy and informed. That's Saturday, August 29th, 10 to 1 at Smith Recreation Center at Seabrook Park in Fayetteville. Free screenings. No appointment is needed. See you there.
I'm Lady Patricia Campbell, and you are listening to Wake Up.
This is Pastor Wilbert Blandon Jr. of Antioch Bible Fellowship Ministries, and you're listening to Wake Up.
This is Sarah Alford, and I am the pastor of Joy Fellowship Outreach Ministry, located at 18336 Highway 87 West, Tar Heel, North Carolina. And I am excited to be a part of Wake Up.
Any views or opinions presented on this program are solely those of the host and do not necessarily represent those of the owners, management, staff, advertisers, or sponsors of this radio station. It is not our intent to make any defamatory statements or infringe upon the rights of any human being. Any such communication is contrary to our core values and belief as hosts of Heartbeat.
Sharing information and inspiration. You are listening to Heartbeat on WIDU, the We Do Network.
ATC Tower, this is Heartbeat Flight 2026. Permission to take off.
Permission granted. Heartbeat 2026. Take off.
Shh, shh. Heartbeat.
Listening to Heartbeat.
You tune in to Heartbeat.
You are now tuned to that heartbeat, get it. You are now tuned to that heartbeat, get it.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome. The gents are motivated. They're ready. We hope that you're motivated. We hope that you're ready. It is Wake Up on WIDU, the We Do Radio Network. We're also streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Be sure to like, share, and comment today's video talk show. Yep, this is a call-in talk show. Yeah, they do. They take your phone calls at 910-483-6111. Now is a good time to call in. The earlier, the better of the prime time you get. So call in and chat with the gents of today. The gentlemen are here ready to give us today's presentation of Heartbeat Radio Talk Show. We have one that is away on assignment. He sends his best. Coach is out today, but he'll be back next week and every week. I guess we can kind of call this the brotherly love segment of Heartbeat Radio Talk Show. The gents are here, looking good, doing good. We got the Guy Boats brothers holding it down for today's segment of Heartbeat Radio Talk Show. Let us say a blessed good morning to Bishop J.L. Guy Boat and the senior pastor of the crew, Ron Guy Boat. Good morning, Guy Boat brothers. We're excited to have you with us. As always, you're looking good, and I pray that you're doing well. It's on you. Take it away. We're ready for Heartbeat Radio Talk Show. Good morning.
Good morning, Tammy. I'll tell you what, you woke me up. Got me ready to roll today. I'm excited. It feels good. All right. I got to tell you, as Dr. William Perky says from the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, you got to dance like there's nobody watching, love like you've never been hurt, sing like there's nobody listening, and live like it's heaven on earth. Good morning. I'm still Dr. J.L. Godbolt.
I'm Dr. Ron Godbolt.
And we decided we're going to celebrate our birthday the whole month of September. We're both coming up on birthdays in September. We'll talk more about that as we roll around. But this is the Heartbeat Flight 2026 on Wake Up, where we still believe the truth is the truth if no one believes it, and a lie is still a lie even if everyone believes it. It is a great day in the village of Lafayette, and we're so grateful to have our friends joining us on every form of YouTube, Facebook, audio, however you're online with us. We certainly appreciate you being there. WEWO 1460 AM and 92.5 FM in the God bless city of Laurinburg, North Carolina, and WAGR 1340 AM and 97.1 FM in Lumberton, North Carolina, and our friends down in Red Springs, WYDU. I tell you, that's a good little station down there. Got them up and running, 1160 AM, 98.5 FM, and y'all make sure the station keeps running. Keep it nice and clean down there, okay? Watch it. Watch out for us, all right? And here at the flagship, WIDU 1600 AM and 99.7 FM in Fayetteville, North Carolina. We're certainly appreciate you being online with us. Hey, make some comments. We can watch and see those comments. We'll talk about it. And all of our friends who are celebrating birthdays, happy birthday to you. That's it. I got it out. We made it. Anniversaries. Oh, man. That's on you, Doc. You want to sing the anniversary?
No, I don't want to hurt their ears, but happy anniversary.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Grief Share. What you got there?
Grief Share, they're starting a new 13-week program starting this Wednesday, which is August 26th. Mm-hmm. We meet at the church from 10 to 11:30. Church located at 918 Person Street in the city of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. There's an online session on Saturdays, but you need to call the church so you can get the information. 910-323-8889. Call that number, and you'll see a prompt that prompt you about Grief Share, and Sister Angela Caraway Williams will get back with you and follow up with you and get you in what you need. Just come by and see what's going on. You will be blessed by the program.
And when you hit that number, please hit extension 22, and that will take you straight to the right people to get you signed up for Grief Share. 2 topics today, and we got some good news for you as well. Why are so many children waiting on child care assistance in the wait line? We're going to talk about that. It's important for our children to get into that child care program. But things are happening. We want to find out and share with you some things. As we say, you may not have a dog in the fight, but there might be a fight with a dog if you don't get him in school soon. Secondly, we're also going to talk about the rising violence and staff shortage at hospitals. Hospital folk are striking at hospitals as well. Not a surprise, but this is third Friday. We have Car Talk with the car doctor, Pastor Elder Harvey Johnson. He'll be joining us as well. And we're going to do a Did You Know and a health tip as well. So all of that is happening It's going to be good. It's great sharing with you. Before I get into that, I got to give a shout out to Fayetteville State University and the new School of Education. It opened up the ribbon cutting yesterday. I was there. I saw Troy Williams. I saw MP3. I saw everybody who was a part of anything out there at the School of Education. Man, it's a beautiful building. It was designed with the sevens in honor of the 7 founders at Fayetteville State University. Those 7 men raised $136, I believe it is. And that was the start of a school called Fayetteville State University in 1867. Wow. So I want to shout out to Chancellor Darrell Allison, the Board of Governors, and especially the Dean and faculty and staff of the School of Education. At the ribbon cutting ceremony yesterday, the contractors, the builders called Metco, designed the building or built the building. It was designed by someone else. The person who designed it, I understand he passed in 2024, but he's an incredible architect. If you look at it, you can see, and I was talking with the architect, there are 7s. Everything, the way the steps are made, when you sit down, you sit in the shape of 7. Wow. When you look at the windows, they match like 7s, a backward 7 and a forward 7, all in honor of the 7 founders of the school, Fayetteville State University.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. And then those contractors contributed, gave back to the university $250,000.
Wow.
So, and then they also are working with the university and people who want to be trained to become leaders and contractors, owning their own companies. All of that was happening in front of me, and I'm trying to keep from crying, thinking, that's my university.
Wow.
And people they're excited about it. And now we're seeing the school physical education and health facility is coming up as well. They had a little bump in the road. It was more than a bump in the road. It was a mountain that they had overcome. But that one is just about finished as well. Like I said, you work hard to get the right contractors, and then some of them don't do what they're supposed to do, and it puts you behind the 8 ball. But Fayetteville State University is on the right track. And so again, to Chancellor Allison and to all of his faculty and staff, the good people who work behind the scene that nobody even paying attention to, thank you guys, ladies and gentlemen, for the work that you're doing. And please understand, if everybody who's listening to me who graduates, send someone to Fayetteville State, will send $10 a month, just $10 a month to anything. You think, I want to do more. Just commit to $10 a month until Jesus comes back for you, okay? You'll be surprised how much difference that'll make in the university. Now, we'll never compete with the Harvards. That's not going to happen. The class of 1964 at Harvard gave $64 million. So we can't compete with that. But however, when you think about if we just give out 10, we keep working, it will go a long way.
Yeah.
Bring the extra.
That's how President Obama got in. You remember he just said, just send $5. Just send $5. And before you know it, all the 5 started coming in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Be faithful to that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start talking on our topics today. And of course, behind us come MP 1, 2, and 3. Some incredible guys. We enjoy working with them and talking with them between the 2 shows. But we want to talk about something that we know is important, because education and getting started with it rightly, preschool, child care, all these things are vital to the success of our community. And even though you may not have a child who receives any kind of federal child care assistance, we noticed that there was some major things happening with it. And there are lots of people who are struggling now because they can't afford child care without that assistance. And man, brother, when I looked at this, I was blown away at the cost of child care and how much it has gone up since COVID because of the extra things that people have to do to keep them going at their location, the child care centers. And to get that quality rating is another thing. So to give you an idea, Doc, you can start us off here. I've been talking. And I'm keep on talking until we get out of here. But go ahead.
Like you said, I didn't know how bad this situation was, but we're looking at over 400,000 kids on waiting lists for federal child care assistance, and it's covered about, what was it, 15, 17 states?
Yeah, about 17, yeah.
That have backup waiting lists, kids waiting on this money to kick in so that they can get the child care that they need.
I was thinking about our sister. Our sister was a child care. We had our own child care center for decades, and she was amazing at the way that she kept it up at the level. And this is important. All child care centers are not equal. And I do know how she got that 5-star rating or 6-star, some kind of, it was the highest rating and what she had to do to get there, get that rating. But what I also noticed when she was telling me that there was a requirement of what you have to do to get that monies, that's for the parents to get that money so they can say, this is the child care center I want my child to go to. And the assistance to help those parents get in there was amazing. It was the only way that parents, most of them, when they got the federal assistance, could afford child care. Now, one of the cases we're looking at just specifically, Valtina Sosa, she's in Cypress, Texas, was one of those, she has an 18-year-old daughter, and she applied for it back in March of this year. And according to the report, as of last week, earlier this week, she's still waiting to hear from the daycare or from the federal funding so she can get her child in the daycare. And she earns about $300 a week from a real estate job. She's an assistant working in real estate. But the daycare is about $975 per month. That's almost $1,000 a month. If you think about it, she only makes $300 a week, and she almost has to pay $1,000. That would eat up almost all of her income. Plus, she is staying with her own mom. She doesn't have any rent, and she can't afford to get the child care that she needs. But she works 20 hours a week. She uses her laptop. She works at home. And this is one of those kind of pickle situations where, 6 to 1, half dozen the other. If you wait, you wait on that check to come that you can't get right now, then you also have to look at the fact she can't work full time because she can't get out there and pay for the child to be kept at almost $1,000 a month.
Wow.
And then transportation, there's so much more attached to it. And that assistance makes the difference in children getting into preschool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, and of course, different people blaming different people.
Yeah.
But they say Congress has not appropriated enough money for this child care and development fund. The federal government's main source of funding to help families pay for child care. So the program serves over 1.6 million children across the U.S. In a typical month,
See, this is why when we start talking about things like this, I don't want anybody to just say, well, this is not a topic I'm interested in. I don't have, a dog in the fight. But when you start thinking about children not getting the need, when the federal government in 1996 set up this act so that children, parents of children, and parents who don't have the income can assess the affordability of getting high quality child care for their children. Now, if you don't have a problem with it, you got the money, you don't consider that. But there's so many people that, again, the child care center has to have the quality improvement. And then, of course, the parents have to reach a certain standard as well. You got to be working to some degree. You can't be sitting at home. You got to be employed some way or another. And so they set up some good guidelines, but at the same time, if the children, which is, like you said, 1.6 million, I'm looking at that.
In a month.
Every month.
Every month.
So you're talking about children that are under the age of 13, and of course, meeting that income limit, which is about 85% of the state, whatever the median income for that state is, that is what we are talking about. So looking at 17 different states, possibly, the vouchers, there's a grant, there's so many different steps in it that about 70% of these children that we are talking about are on these federal requirement standards, meeting them so that they can get involved or get into some child care. Now, go ahead. I'm going to say something about
the other thing that they say that's happened, that they took money from this fund during COVID to give people that stipend, to help get the economy going, and therefore that money has not been replaced. So that's where the big lack is coming. Roughly 39 billion from the American Rescue Plan was going toward child care.
That's what, when we start looking at the big beautiful bill and these things that are taken away from the basic protection of the voiceless, those who are marginalized, the income. Like I say, we're not looking for a handout, just a hand up, just an opportunity to better ourselves. So if these parents who, like this young lady, who said, I can work 40 hours a week and I can do it from home, or I can do it on a job site, but I can't afford to do it unless I get that help. So we're hurting the economy, we're hurting the education of a child or children, millions every month, because we are not allowing the funds to go to the right places, and instead of using them like they should be used. This is going to hurt a lot of children.
It is.
Every time when we start looking at, when they finally get to pre-kindergarten and pre-kinder, that first and second grades, we're going to see that lack of not having that ability to work, socialize, and it looked like play to many folk, but I've seen the work that our sister did with those daycares, and those children are really being taught all kinds of good social skills, as well as math and whatever else.
And being educated, we know how what they say, it takes about 3 years to make up for one bad year of schooling. So these kids, if they don't get in a program, they're going to be behind when they really hit school, and that's going to take a whole lot of more money to get extra tutors, to get all the one-on-one help they're going to need to get back online.
Just considering that, this fact about being behind. So if you take 3 years, and depending on where that child is, if that child is not a fluent reader by the 4th grade, you can already prepare a jail cell for that child, because we can tell you by all signs, by any kind of way we look at information that's gathered, research, you name it, it shows that the non-readers are the ones who become the dropouts. And behind that, we wind up taking care of them in prison.
I'm looking at Oregon, the state of Oregon got a wait list in 2023, had around 26,000 children waiting to apply. Though they said all of them might not be eligible, but you got that many trying to get into the get some type of help.
Simple as it may seem, we have to be aware of what's around us. And as we always say, praying about it is important for us, but let's be about it as well. Whatever we can do, and those families who are struggling, if you can help them to look into the right sources and keep knocking at the door. Don't assume that because you fill out the application that's enough. You might need to make a phone call or two, or knock on a door wherever you can, because as we looked at some of the American Rescue Plans, they were telling us that there was money that was set aside, about $39 billion, but at the same time, they had to spend that money by September 2024.
That's right. Yeah.
So that money is gone, because, like you said, things were, now it's stalling because they're not getting, we can't even keep the economy running because of people deciding they got a bone to pick, and they want to hold off on certain things. So we got a lot of concerns that we need to be aware of, and helping each other. Again, I think you've said it probably the best of anybody when we saw what happened in Germany, when no one spoke up for what Hitler was doing, and eventually they were coming after everybody.
That's right.
So anyway, I think that's I don't know, if something if you want to talk about on that, we're going to get to our Did You Know before Dr. Harvey Johnson calls in and health tip. Something if you want to say on that?
No, I think the Trump administration is aware of this. They said that they made recent changes to the $12.3 billion program could help get more children off of the waiting list across the country. But other people worry that these changes could destabilize the child care system for low-income families. So
yeah, NPR reported on that, that somehow whatever Biden has set up, this administration is saying that there's a possibility that too many people can slip in and use it for, and they're not really qualified. Well, we got to look at that as well. How many other things have we changed in this administration that other folk are able to slip into and get done without it being legally? It's not legal, but they find a way to fill their coffers as well. Anyway, that's another story for another time. Okay, let's do a health tip as we deal with this hot weather. Go ahead. I got my health tip here on heat-related fatalities as well as what we can do about it. So I'll start off on that. There was the CDC was tracking heat-related fatalities, and this is in 2022, that there were 1,714 deaths that was heat-related. And that was important for us to know because, number one, when you start talking about heat-related, I was just talking with our cousin Kenny, who came back from London. He said, I have never seen it so bad. It was so hot there. Yeah. There was in 100 plus. Yeah. And everything has dried up. They were at the point of changing. People can only water grass at a certain time. You know, we've been through that, and they were there as well. So we're looking at these things, and number one, you got to pay attention to your body. Stay hydrated. Make sure that you are drinking water and not a lot of other things that are attached to it. Make sure your body can sweat, and you know when you sweat, you can cool down. Also, dress properly. It's important to dress appropriately. And I looked this up. Your skin should not be uncovered. You want to make sure that you're wearing lightweight, loose-fitting, and light-colored clothing to stay cool. And let me get this too. Also, avoid excess sun exposure. That time between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. is probably a good time to stay inside. Okay? Pay attention to those heat things like nausea, illnesses, and so on that you're feeling. And I was looking this up about fans and air conditioners. I was shocked to find out how many different air conditioners you can get that doesn't have to be installed, that they can sit right in your house, cost less than $200. They got high ratings, several of them. If you go online, you can find them. Ariel, like $137 for one. The only thing about them is the demand is so high you might not be able to find one right quick. There's one called Economy for $138. I mean, they're cool and heat as well, energy efficient. You got remote control. It's a quiet system, and you can get a room in your house really cool down, 500 square feet. That's pretty good, more than a room actually, depending. So be aware of that, okay? I'm going to stop because that's another story.
My health tip is, are you already managing a specific condition like diabetes or arthritis? If you do have those conditions, read up on what you can continue to do to mitigate the progression of the condition through any lifestyle changes. You know, don't just accept, I got it. Read up on what can I do to kind of make it not take over, you know, get control of it. You know, you might be doing something to add to the problem instead of making it better.
That's good. That's really important because I decided I'm in charge of my health. There's some things I can do, and I don't have to fall down to everything that's out there. We got to make some better choices. Okay, we got. Hold on. To have Harvard, hold on just a minute. We got to do a did you know? We got to do a did you know before he comes on. All right. Go to Doc. What you got?
Wait a minute, I lost mine. Wait a minute, did you?
I got one.
Okay, one.
You find. We've heard of Famous Amos. Okay, Famous Amos is known. He's famous, we think, for his cookies, chocolate chip cookies. Well, he is. But Wally Amos was also, before he did the chocolate chip cookies, and he was the first African-American talent agent for William Morris. Now, William Morris is one of those companies that make people famous. If you look at his history, it was famous Amos that discovered the duo Simon and Garfunkel. He found talents like Diana Ross, Sam Cooke, and Marvin Gaye. So famous Amos was doing some other things and making cookies.
Making other people famous.
He making other folk famous.
I hear you go. Just as some people talk in their sleep, deaf people have been known to use sign language in their sleep.
Deaf people?
Yeah.
Would you?
While they sleep, they use.
Wow. Okay.
I reckon somebody had to stand around and look at them sleep to see to pick that up.
Yes. How about that? I got to tell you one more. Samsung tested the durability of their phones, certain phones, by doing a butt-shaped robot.
Oh.
They people have been messing their phones up by putting them in their back pockets. So Samsung created a robot with a butt shape and had them sit on it and seeing the pressure, how long it would take. Even put worn jeans. The robot wore jeans while it was sitting on the phone.
On the phone.
Isn't that something called a butt-shaped robot? Okay, let's get Harvey online.
Durability.
Good morning, Dr. Harvey. Good to have you with us.
Good morning. Y'all got me laughing. Oh, my. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm glad to be with you again. I wanted to talk to you about something that I don't think I mentioned before, but it bears, if I did, it bears repeating. And it's the reduced power mode in your automobile. This came up about 3 weeks ago with my sister and her husband. But I want to talk about it now. About 30 years ago, they were putting it in higher-end vehicles. I had it in a 96 Cadillac, and it saved me some money a few times. It's called reduced power mode. Now, it's also known as limp mode, L-I-M-P. But I like to use the term reduced power mode. But the first thing I want to say about it is it's not always a permanent malfunction. Now, limp power mode, the limp mode, it will reduce the power of your engine if something is going wrong. You could be cruising along at 70 miles per hour, and if something is about to happen, it will just cut the power, slow you down 35, 40, 50, whatever it's preset at, and let you safely get off the road, get to an exit, or in the case of in the neighborhood, get home. And it's to prevent permanent damage to whatever is malfunction. It could be a low coolant levels. You know, it could be something as simple as that. And it could be something overheated, not necessarily the engine. But it's very important, and it's a good thing to have, but it can be costly and confusing to those who don't know what it is. Now, with my sister and her husband about 3 weeks ago, they were down in West Palm Beach, Florida. He's a pastor, and they were going down there for a conference. Well, in his favorite Cadillac, it's a 2014, I think it is, XTS, all the bells and whistles. And he was about 30 miles out, and the car went into limp mode. It immediately slowed down to 50 miles per hour. He couldn't get past that. If he tried, it would just, reject anything he did. So they called me, which I told the whole family, hey, call me when something goes wrong because, chances are I've heard of it, I can help you through it. So they called me and said, okay, that's limp mode. Is it still running? Yes, it is. Well, don't pull over and shut it down. You just stay in limp mode until you get to where you're going, and then take it to the shop. So he only goes to the dealership, and that's fine. So when they got to the hotel, they had the car taken to the dealership. The dealer told them, I'm going to give you just the abbreviated version. They told him that it was a transmission, and that there was an electronic part, the valve. It used to be called a valve body, but it's the electronic now, so they have another name for it. But the way they built this car, and many of the new cars, you cannot service that valve body now. The engine and transmission have to be dropped. The transmission separated from the engine, and if the transmission is repairable, that's what they do. Well, in his case, it was worst case. Long story short, they told him that it was a component inside the transmission, and with parts and labor, it was $12,000 to repair his vehicle. Now, and of course, in the same breath, they said, "Well, you can trade it in and buy another one." But yeah, but they know that chances are, after a high speed, 75, 80 miles per hour on a hot day, with an engine that's a transmission that's aged, those electronic parts get hot and they malfunction, and it went into limp mode. So I told him, I said, I would not, he wanted to get rid of it, trade it in. I said, I wouldn't trade it in. You like the car, it's your favorite car of all times. I said, keep it, use it locally. I said, if you want, since you do a lot of traveling, as a pastor, you're all over not just the state, but the southeastern United States. Get you a new car. I mean, that's a 2014. It's done well. So even though it only had a little over 100,000 miles. So I said, keep it. I said, chances are it won't happen again. That it just got hot, and it stopped. It slowed down because you didn't know to slow down. Okay. So sure enough, that was the only time it did it. It wasn't a hard fault. What I mean by hard fault is something that it just won't fix itself. It just, once it cooled down, it works just fine. And he saved $12,000, and he kept his car. Now, that has happened to me several times, and each time it saved the car, and I was able to get the malfunction fixed. One time I drove 2 hours in limp mode because I refused to be out there in the middle of nowhere with my wife, who was ill at the time, and it made it in. It's designed to do that. Now, I can't tell you if your car has limp mode or not, but if it does, don't be afraid of it, and know that you have it, and use it. I mean, benefit from it. Don't let a dealership or a shop tell you, oh, it's permanently broken, and you have to get rid of it because it's gone, it's shot. Your transmission is gone, your engine is gone. Because first thing they do is check your fluid levels, because they know that low fluid levels will cause you to go into limp mode. So it would be a shame to lose your vehicle over two pints of transmission fluid. And that's all they would do.
And that's called limp, L-I-M-P mode.
L-I-M-P. Yes, sir. Limp mode.
But we don't. And what would have you're suggesting to our audience, if you want to find out about if your car has it, to check individually on that particular brand, or is there some way? Okay.
Yes, you can check if you have the owner's manual. It'll tell you in the owner's manual that you have that. Okay. And if you happen to not have the owner's manual, say somebody removed it from the car before you bought it, you can go online and check your particular vehicle and find out if you have limp mode on your car. Most cars nowadays have it. 30 years ago, it was for the high-end cars. But nowadays, it's on just about everything. I can't think of, I couldn't call the name of anything that does not have it. Okay. But I wanted to give you that example, real life, family incident where that happened. And he could have lost his vehicle due to just panic. 2 different vehicles I had over the past years went into that mode for different reasons, and the repair was just a couple of $100. But not if I had not known, I would have thought, okay, this vehicle is beyond repair. It would cost more to fix it than to keep it, so I would have gotten rid of a good vehicle.
Yeah, amazing. It cools off, and it's ready to run again. But it's amazing. We're going to talk more with you about that. Like everything else, we got good politicians and good mechanics, but we hear so much about the bad ones.
Right.
We need to hear some more good news about some good people. Thank you so much
You're
for this.
welcome.
I'm gonna look online and check on mine to see if I have it as well, and in my owner's manual. I have my owner's manuals. Okay, I need to read it. Thank you for reminding me. Pick up the manual and read it.
Yeah, we need to blow the dust off the manual, don't we?
Well, look, have a great one, Dr. Harvey. We appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
All right. God bless you.
Can you imagine the people that have been cheated on that thing and think they needed a new transmission or motor because they just didn't know and nobody told them the truth? Wow.
It is amazing. Again, not having the right information or feeling stress, which is a way that you get people caught up in making emotional decisions. And just calm down. Let's take a minute or take a day, take 24 hours, get away from it, take a moment and look at it again, and then ask yourself, okay, is this the best move for me? Or talk, getting good advice. Okay, look, we love to hear from you. If you are one of those people who need to ask a question or share some information with us, we'd like to hear from you as well, okay? Our second topic is striking employees sound the alarm about workplace violence is what we call this one. I don't know if you've been in the ER recently or been around some of them. I had to go there again a week or so ago and be with someone, and I'm here to tell you to hear some of the violence, the activity, and the words that people are saying. It's like, okay, is this a hospital or are we in is this a wrestling match or is this a boxing? What are we dealing with here? It's almost unthinkable that we will be in that place, but we are.
Yeah. And you got these states now where the nurses and hospital workers are striking. Louisiana, New York, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Michigan. And Michigan really got a bad case of workers being hit, pushed, cussed at, nurses trying to help somebody, and people just going off on them. I know I'm living in a little glass house, but I never thought of something like that. I thought, you see, they're there to try to help you get well, and you gonna take out your pain on them.
I remember there were two different stations to get in. I was at Cape Fear. You come in at, of course, you park your vehicle, you come through and tell who you want to see, where they're located, and then you have to go through a screening area. But I noticed how everybody was trying to be gentle. They were trying to be, hello, speak to you and look at you and just be kind. And so they're working on when people come in, first of all, no one wants to be at the hospital in the first place. Except the people working there, they don't want you to come in there with some attitude. So they're doing their best, and I have to give them credit for it, trying to get to people. But I noticed when I got in the ER, I kept seeing the same two people coming out calling names and going in the back, which lets me know there's more people out here that need help than they got people back there to help them.
That's right.
And this guy was sitting there near us. He started going off and saying, calling the same name and blinkily, blinkily, blink. It's okay. I don't want to get in that dog fight, but can you imagine that they got to deal with this kind of attitude all the time? Every day. I just walked in there for a situation and I'm out. I don't have to deal with this anymore today. I'm through. Next time I go there, maybe 2 weeks later, someone else. But they got to deal with this every day, all day, as they're working. So we've seen in the workplace violence that they're, like you said, Louisiana, New York, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Michigan, they're on strike. The nurses and a lot of the workers are on strike, and they're saying that. And I saw some of the pictures of the people standing there who showed their wounds as nurses, practitioners, helping folk, how they were wounded physically, unable to work because of someone deciding that I'm going to take it out on you. Now, one of the cases, and I'm not laughing at it because it's not funny, Andrew Kimball Marzea, I think his name is, he was a mental health worker at Butler Hospital in Providence, Rhode Island. And what he did was he was asked to come over to the ER area and just watch over a guy until they can get someone there to help him. And he said that the Knicks basketball game was on TV. So he remembers the patient said, can you get me a drink and a snack? He said, sure. He went and got the drink and the snack, and he said he was standing up. He was there watching the game. All of a sudden, the patient stood up, punched him in the face.
Good God.
He said, I don't know why. He didn't say why he punched him, but he was assaulted by him. And so they've been on strike for over 3 months now. So we know that some of these are, he got a concussion, broken nose. There's some other injuries listed in there as well. But we understand that some people are emotionally distraught and they have some other issues going on mentally here. But when you start thinking about how much we need these health workers to be at their best, they don't need to be afraid
for their life.
Yeah, for their lives. And we've gone through it with teachers. Now, we've been in some of the programs. I worked in some of the exceptional children programs where I've seen some horrible situations with teachers and students attacking the teachers.
Yeah, and this is so sad because the problem, they say, research shows the violence increases when the hospitals are understaffed or employees are insufficiently trained or experienced. So we got strike going on. That means you got less workers.
Correct.
So therefore, going to give more opportunities for people to get violent. So they're really not helping their case. And I know it's almost like preaching to the choir. The ones that are going to behave are listening now, but the ones that's not is the ones that causing all the problems. And it's just not fair, that you're trying to work and provide for your family and your life is at risk.
In 2022, 54,000 non-fatal workplace injuries were reported from the healthcare workers due to violence, with emergency department accounting for nearly 2/3 of the physical assaults. Nurses are especially vulnerable. They were 41% of the registered nurses were the one reported that they received some kind of physical violence in that past year. 81% of these nurses experienced at least one type of workplace violence in 2023. So we're saying healthcare workers are 7 times more likely to be injured on the job from violent acts than any general workforce anyplace else. And then we're facing burnout. We're looking at job dissatisfaction. We're looking at staff turnover, and now you're adding to that a strike. So when we start putting all these things together, we can see a really tough situation here with our healthcare workers.
Yeah, and then they're saying that the American Hospital Association has said they need more punishment for these people that committing this violence. It's asking Congress to make assaulting healthcare workers a federal crime that would carry up to 10 years in prison. At least 45 states, including Michigan and Rhode Island, have put in this law already.
Okay. I guess we had a caller. Okay, I was going to say that I hear what they're saying, but I'm also concerned now about the judicial part of that.
Yeah,
we already got that. People, you've been to court. You're sitting up there with 90 other people waiting for one judge. To go through all of these.
And we know how long that takes.
That's going to take. So we're putting pressure on something else to solve something here. It seems like we're going about this thing all the wrong way. Okay, but we're going to make it more. We're going to make it more difficult. Okay, so that may be, but again, the ones who are hearing about it are going to calm down, but the ones who don't read and ones who don't pay attention to the news,
that's right,
are still going to act up. So now we're going to make it tough on the judicial system, to the courts, to handle this situation, to do that. And when we're looking at the information, it tells us it's patients and visitors, it's the violence. Even colleagues and supervisors are attacking each other. They're so stressed that they are saying something to each other, and then we find out there's some violence going on there. Then, of course, you got the other thing where there's some intimacy going on the job, and then somebody comes on the job and does something to a worker. Family members coming out there. Those are one. Then, of course, custodial in the home health care is another place that's happening as well. So you got someone there watching over caregiver, and come to find out the caregiver was doing something to the patient. Oh, I'm sorry, but this is not that way. This one is that the caregiver was doing right, but the patient was attacking the caregiver instead of the other way around. So I don't want to mess that up. But anyway, we're seeing several places where this is, again, short staff. The patient expectation is I want fast service, I want it easy, and they're just not getting what they want.
Yeah. Now, and they have recommended that states work hard to, make sure they got enough staff on hand, more staff available. Some states have passed their own staffing laws. California, for example, has increased their nursing staff ratio, and the result has been lower mortality rates and higher retention, more nurses coming back. So
it's amazing that if you want people to do a good job, you want teachers to enjoy their work. You put fewer students in the classroom, give them the coverage that they need, back them up. I don't know about you all, but as a principal, I do remember there's some people I couldn't make without. Cafeteria workers, custodians, and teachers. I think I needed all of those folks. And the same way in healthcare. I don't know how good doctors are going to be without having those nurses and RNs and LPNs and all the other Ns that are there. We need every one of them to be on board with us. Man, it's just a lot to consider. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, again, how important this is to you, but when I go to a place and I've got to be there for a moment in a hospital, I definitely want to make sure that the people working on me feel good, and I want to respond to that in a way that makes them know that I appreciate them and what they do on their jobs.
And we don't, you don't want to wait till you get a situation and then you say we could have, should have, but now that we can be proactive, that's something we need to go ahead and bring forward and start working on, because we've been in Fayetteville all our lives, and we always talk about how long it takes to get seen in the emergency room, and it hadn't changed all these years. Nothing is better. You still go there and wait 4, 5, 6 hours and to finally get seen.
And there has to be a better way. And of course, again, putting enough people in place. And we've noticed, and we're hearing from some of our own members of our church, the social services department, I'm probably not going to get the name right, they already know that towards the 200 of them are going to lose their job by the beginning of next year. That we're seeing cutbacks coming in places where we need social workers, we need people who do these things not only on the job, but for them to be paid professionally and feeling comfortable in days off. Everything that we need them to be, we can't be cutting back. We got to find a way to make it work.
That's it.
And of course, it's going to take all of us who know Christ as our head of our lives to really get into our relationship with Him first. That has to be key so that you can start dealing with this pressure outwardly. There's just no way around that. Man, I tell you what, time has come and gone again. So MP 1, 2, and 3 are on their way in, and we're going to get out the way. And remember, the only thing the evil needs to triumph is for good men
to do nothing.